Hello everybody and welcome back to MediBaby Plays. I was about to say Europa, no, this is CrashLands, where we are going to keep enjoying our time with this game, honestly. Pretty fun game. So we had to find Burl's home. I thought that said roots, and I was like, excuse me? What do you mean by his roots? So we're going to want to destroy quite a bit of Whistle Root, looking for her entanglement ring thing. Also, like I said, we want to kill Wampets constantly. We don't... Actually, let's see. This is a good thing to see too. We did 22 damage. We could probably kill him, but generally you want to see the damage being at least half of what you do to your normal enemies in order to attack those guys. Whereas when we hit this guy over here, it is about half, but that's also a little bit bigger than a normal one, so you want to consider that when you're thinking about engaging a bigger enemy than normal. If you can't do damage to it, you're kind of just gonna spin your wheels. Surprised we haven't found that special sawgrass yet. I found it right away when I did mine. Okay then, so there's a bunch of Wampets in here. We're gonna want to clear them out. Ooh, we two-shot that guy. I'm gonna try to bait them out one at a time, but that has failed, and now they're all coming screaming out. Which is very dangerous because, especially with these guys, they have circle your attacks, so they can quite easily overwhelm you. Now we got down to one. It's the biggest one, but that's okay. Essentially, you never want to fight more than one enemy in this game, otherwise it can get complicated. We also got the Wampet's heart that time. We did our first mission for the Tendram, which is a very interesting word to say and also very interesting spelling. This game does get a lot less of a learning curve once you get into it a little bit more too, so no worries about the game constantly being like this. You start to get more into like a pattern pretty quick. Also, I would not recommend clicking on enemies like that from a distance because AI knows when you lock onto them. I would mostly suggest just going next to them and then clicking on them right when you get close enough. You can see by the splatters on your studio we've been fighting the wrong Wampets. They're all gone. Do you trust me now? Need a little something to get that crystal out of the ground. Yeah, we don't have a good pick like tool. Let Burl over here take care of that. Resonator out of the ground. Be quiet, don't let Durand hear you. Why not? That crystal, I think, whoever this Hugo is, I think he's been talking through it. And it's in that case. I also talk back like a comm device, so Hugo might know we're here. Just be quiet about the building that pickaxe and use on the crystal quick like, I'll wait inside. Stick this flower of Maria. It brings good luck wherever you place it. So now we want to go back to base and make this pickaxe, make our final little bits of armor now that we've done a little bit more grinding, by the way. Yeah, also we don't have to make our home here, it's just saying right now. Also, I forgot we had a pet already. Our first pet, the Wampet. We have to name him. I'm going to name him Stompy. And he will probably be my pet for quite a long time. No, pets help you in combat. I will show you that more as we go through. I'm gonna want to make this Wompat. I guess since we can't find the special grass seed, we're gonna want to continue along that path. I'm just making mitts. Now this hat will give us more health, but as you can see, it gets rid of a lot of other benefits, so I'd recommend just not equipping it. I'm going to say the same with that. And we're just going to try to build another one of those. Just talking about the pet. He wants us to milk it, which we can do. And that's just, yeah, so we're going to go and delete what we've made. so we can get some of the resources back. It's very important that you do this. Some people think it doesn't help, but it helps a tremendous amount in a game that's this grindy. Honestly, I'm gonna have to keep what we have yet again, because we just can't replace it with a white. That is part of the frustration of this, by the way, is the fact that you will end up with so many of those. But that's just going to be part of the game. So now that we're here, we're going to want to do this. We're going to pickaxe that. Got it. Hey, what happened, bro? Darn, this purpley flower done snatched something wicked. I was in a room all mentally, kinda like that. The middle box with the face right there. Ah. It's alright, Darn. They're friends, both purpley one and the box. Though the box do look a bit sinister. What is with you guys? Darn, did you see the floaty head wherever you were? He's purple and he has a weird helmet thing. Ah, yep, Yugadugo. He was talking to me. Kept rambling about something about batteries. Did you say what, some science project perhaps? Something about finding the ancient Cracklacken and weaponing some minions don't sound too good. I'm getting a strange surge in my circuits. You wouldn't happen to know where we could find a battery, would you? Long time no see. Just kidding, I just saw you a second ago. Through the crystal here. Thanks for letting me borrow your electro dongle. Let me borrow it. You destroyed our ship and left us to die. You look lively enough to... Did someone say something about batteries? Nope. Not at all. We were talking about flatteries. Burl was just telling me how you got good super laser resistant casing looked. Right, Burl? What? Yeah. Such a sleek housing for a sinister soul. Quite lovely, really. Enough, I'm not buying your nonsense, Burl. Where might one find batteries around here? Even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. Fair enough. I think you're a bad influence on Durand here. I guess it's time to introduce you to my incentives program. Just blows them up. Whoa, Burl, no. Now you have proper innovation batteries, anyone? I don't even know what a battery is. Oh, why didn't you say so? I'll just keep looking then. Raise this tiny root like this. You go. Darned, I'm sorry. Burl seemed like a great tendron. Burl just exploded. All that's left is scorched. You must be one of the best. Can't believe it. Right here, right then. Just gone. Burl's grandmammy needs to know what happened here. I'm afraid you must bear Burl's root star. Darned, we've got to get this comm device built. If there's a ritual to perform, it's not the right place to. When a tendrum passes, the last person who did them a good deed must bear their roots to the remaining family. That be his grandmammy. She lives alone, far out. Whoa, Darned. This really isn't our place. It's a strange case, so it is. But I ain't too wrapped up in that crystal, so it falls upon you. You'll need to bring her a gift, symbolizing burial. I think making one of these potted sun shrooms from a stone shaper will do it right. That pick Burl gave you should be sturdy enough to break through them flat stone boulders for the pieces. We'll get this constructed and give Grandmammy along with Burl's roots. Sorry for your loss, Darn. My little pot of sunshine. So he's going to give us 2 recipes. The stone shaper, which is our next workbench. Followed by the potted sunshroom. Now this is Gromp. The Wumpet, if you remember from the last episode, we had to take out. Now you can see our pet doing combat. He does quite a bit of damage and is going to be pretty useful, honestly. So now we gotta let him know that we killed him. Gromp is slain. That means that there's only 2 more beasts left. Next one you'll need to hunt down is Walt. Walt, named after the particularly powerful punch. Yep. Ain't kind, that one. You'll find her roaming around like the other one was. Watch yourself out there. And return to me when it's done. Honestly though too, I think when she lost her entanglement ring or whatever it was, honestly it's hard to keep up with the plot line in this game. It's all over the place. I'm pretty sure it spawns somewhere close by. I'm gonna probably kill this guy too, because it's good, like I said, to always make sure you're farming something. Because this game will feel so much grindier if you don't just farm naturally. Now these bigger guys are people you don't really want to mess with at all. Also, we want to break these boulders. Make our stone shaper, which is going to be our next important part of the tool. As you can see though, they hit quite hard. And that's why you don't want to mess with them. Stones are something you're going to need a lot of. So when you see them, you're going to want to really take advantage of it. So that's why I'm just going to go along this path for a minute here and collect them. Once we get into the series more, I'm going to mine off camera a lot of this stuff. Just because this game, like I said, is incredibly grindy. I can't say it enough. So you're going to want to, just like I continue to say, grab everything you can at all times. That green guy we don't want to mess with. We will have to mess with them though. This game does a good job of making it to where you have to. Based on the fact that in order to upgrade your pet, which makes them quite a bit better honestly, you're going to have to do that. And there's even a bigger version of the Wampit that you're going to have to take down. Quite a few of them in fact, in order to get anywhere. As you can see, this is dangerous to try to mine. Because one of these beams hits us, we're gonna be really hurting. And this game has a way of compounding your problems. We got a time warp, apparently. You wanna collect your path, by the way. There it is. The heck is this? Mutant sawgrass. There we go. We're gonna wanna use this then. Time warp is apparently still in effect. Still? There we go. Now it's over. That's good though. Got rid of all that. And this one, is that the fishing one? Nope. Yeah, it is. Turbo fishing bait. Fishing is going to be, in my opinion, the weakest part of the game, even though you can get some really good stuff that you shouldn't have at this part of the game from fishing. It's just rare. And we seem to have stumbled upon a random loot area, which there's a couple of these, which just adds to the aspect, I think, of making this game kind of cooler. Oh wow, those depth charges they're amazing. I took out the final boss 20 hours into this game with those, so you're gonna want to save those because they're super rare. They do, what is it, 300% of your damage, so you're definitely gonna want to save those up. Your little Wampit doesn't do much right now, but he helps out quite a bit. He'll get an extra like hit or two in that you wouldn't have normally gotten. But the real important thing is once you upgrade him a little bit, he'll also start really doing work for you. Plus his little double jumps whenever he can get them are really good. If he can land both, that is. We can now make a bone floor from the bones of our Wampit foes. It does sound pretty gruesome, and it pretty much is, honestly, but like I said, if you're an animal lover, this is not the game probably for you. So let's continue to collect all this. What is that? Oh, the entanglement ring. I thought it looked like a helmet. Like, I'll just be straight with you, that looked like a helmet to me, and I was like, I've never seen this piece of gear. Which actually reminds me, we want to go back to Powerful then. and give that to her or him. I didn't actually catch what gender. Anyways, though, we want to turn the quest. The ring, all perfect. He's been brooding over there since the incident, so we just gotta tell him, like, hey, you know, man, suck it up, go talk to her. Or him, or whatever. Love being that box of wampets. What did she say to do then? I think we have to finish that quest actually first. Which reminds me of something else actually we have to do too. Let's go back to base. Gotta get a couple more things done. First off, we're gonna wanna build our new workbench, followed by a helmet, followed by going back to this thing where we're going to wanna make. Is it in this one? It must be in the stone cutter. So yeah, as you can see, a whole new set of armor. So we want to go to all items, put down that. And it's just another white one. Eventually you would have to bite the bullet if you don't make this one, just based on the fact that you do have to pretty much upgrade at some point. Otherwise you're going to fall behind the curve. We also have a mission to milk him, so you feed him ingredients like that, and he'll give you, each pet will give you a different resource that you can only get through milking or doing stuff like that. What do I do with it? No idea. Probably come up with something. That's just letting you know about that. And oh yeah, where was that special thing we could craft? Oh, it is this. We need more wood and more of that. Which reminds me too, we need to make that first off, but we also need to make 5 of these. Turn them in for that mission. Those bacon weeds are nice. So we just gotta take those to Oogy. It is Oogy's meadow. It's not Oogy's metal. Here you go, sir. Oogy. Wampet came when it was dark. Excuse me, splash and splootin'. My pappy, ain't you listening? Find that creature, the one called Nightwalker, and you sploosh 'em dead. Where can we find this Nightwalker? Be anywhere right now, roaming. So essentially it's just like the other guy, we're gonna have to just find him randomly. Which, honestly, quite a few things in this game are done like that. We do need this, obviously, as you remember, in order to craft our gloves. Which I don't know if we've actually already outclassed those gloves by our new set of armor, which is Glutterfly armor, so we're gonna want to kill those guys a lot more. Especially since it's night. I am also notorious for not using my wrench, which I should use, because it is really good. Don't let the fact that I'm not using it persuade you that it's not good. I should really just be using it more. I hope the darkness isn't too bad. I will adjust it if needed within the next next episode after the next. As I record these in batches, and I'm gonna just leave it like this at least for the first recording one so I can see. We're gonna collect a bunch of wood, a bunch of this, so it's all right here, so why not take advantage of it? Very important that you collect all these. Unfortunately, that's a Glyptopike butterfly queen, so I'm gonna look for an easier target, probably. Because you can only farm them at night, and there's only so many. It's just another time warp. Yeah. Honestly, that's my least favorite of them. I'm kind of sad that we find so many of those. I also usually have my wrench on A, so that's why I clicked that and healed myself on accident. You can rebind all that, so it's easy enough. And it's not even like rebinding, it's just shuffling what you have where. I also know that there was dirt that I just passed up. I'll see if I go back for it or not. There's so many butterflies though that I want to take advantage of before it's morning. And when you stun them, it does stop them in the middle of their animation, so just be aware, don't stand right where they were going to fire because they will resume right where they left off. That's a Wampit bowl, so I don't feel like messing with it. We don't need fishing power at the moment. I mean, once we go to Cranmammy, she'll give us the fishing pole, so we're not too far off from it. Oh. It's good to remember what those are because they do respawn after like a half hour or whatever. And like I said, that is real time, so if you turn off the game, it will take a half hour. Because since I'm not having luck with the Wampit hat, I'm just gonna try to bypass it entirely and get Glutterfly armor entirely. There are some in the game, things like that, that happen that I would just recommend you skip the entire level of that, and you just try to jump it. Because sometimes you'll find a resource. Particularly, I'm thinking of one set that's just impossible to get. So you just want to skip it if possible. And just deal with your stuff where you're going to be a little bit behind for a while, but then you want to do the jump. Straight upward. And you're thinking I killed quite a few of these guys, but you're going to need to kill this many of them, trust me. A lot of this game is based around killing just these guys all the time, enemies. It is pretty entertaining and it keeps you involved in it a lot more. It's a way that the game makes it feel like you're not grinding even though you are. It's honestly really nice how this whole game is honestly really fun and nice. They did a really good job. It was a small development team that made this. And it was on sale on Steam when I got it at the time. And I was excited about getting it, and I honestly played through it within a couple of weeks. It didn't take me long because it's got that feeling that you really want to just continue to play it. Always something that's easy enough to jump back into, that it doesn't feel hard to get back involved with. And I just noticed we're over time again. I should have said 15-minute episodes, then these would have been closer to 20 minutes. But after we defeat this enemy, I'm going to end the episode then. That's going to be an upgrade. But anyhow, that's going to be the end of this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye everybody. Thanks for watching.